New intro. So much love and appreciation to those of you who have been with me for the 2 year period plus that I've been doing this. Thank you for showing your love and support to the channel. And to anybody else who is brand new to the platform and you would like to support the channel, also, you can do it by way of Patreon, Anchor, the clothing store, and also the shoe shop that is listed in the comment description below. And again, thank you to any and all of you guys who have been here to support this channel during the 2+ year period. I wouldn't be able to do what I do every single day without you. Juvenile court judge Donna Scott Davenport faces a $15 million lawsuit filed Tuesday for a child incarcerated for 3 days back in 2016. A 10-year-old student at the time, Wildfire, was one of 10 children arrested April 15th through the 16th in 2016 by the Murfreesboro Police Department officers at Hobgood Elementary and other locations. His charge being on the scene of the campus fight that was captured on video and published on YouTube. Police believe that they identified his voice on that video and accused him of encouraging the fight. The problem is that he wasn't even present for the fight in question. Officers arrived at Wildfire's home the day after the initial arrest at Hobgood Elementary. MPD arrested the child, a student at Black Fox Elementary, and transported him to Rutherford County Jail Detention Center. While being booked and processed, Wildfire was crying because he was scared, confused, and felt abandoned. Wildfire's case is the latest lawsuit tied to Rutherford County's history of illegally arresting and jailing children on minor offenses. A period activist, local leaders, and civil rights experts believe that this dates back more than 2 decades. The largest lawsuit is an $11 million settlement agreement against the Juvenile Detention Center. Quote, Tennessee law strictly prohibits the pretrial incarceration of children unless the youths are being charged with a violent felony, a weapons offense, or a probation violation. And that was according to a class action lawsuit filed back in July of 2017. A lawyer for Wildfire stated that the actions by law enforcement officials should be considered kidnapping, human trafficking, defamation of character, judicial misconduct, theft, public humiliation, and fraud. Juvenile Detention Center staff followed an illegal filter system policy established by Director Lynn Duke. The policy allows staff to decide to incarcerate Wildfire after determining that he was a threat to himself and the community. Duke is also a defendant in the lawsuit. Wildfire's incarceration included a strip search. While being locked up for 72 hours, Wildfire was under maximum security for 23 hours a day. The lawsuit also states that the Nashville based Chief U.S. District Court Judge Waverly D. Crenshaw Jr. ruled in 2017 that the center was illegally incarcerating children accused of misdemeanors based on Davenport's 2003 order and memorandum in asking officers to arrest all children facing charges. The lawsuit contends Davenport and Duke should not hide behind a judicial commission regarding the petition that led to the arrest of Wildfire and other children. Wildfire, now an Oakland High School student and member of the school's wrestling team, has representation by Tribal Counsel Hakeem Shabazz L. on behalf of Tala Bahal Falha Tuchi Okina, or nation state. Wildfire is now enrolled as a tribal citizen. So this is where we are at this moment in time, where we have police using YouTube video and trying to Bruce Wayne their way through some detective work, a failure, I might add, and they ended up arresting this young man, holding him, performing a strip search on him, having maximum security directly on him, all to find out that wasn't even him. They didn't even really have the right person. Like I said before, this is yet again another incident, right? Of one black child, right, looks the same as every other black child. It was like, oh well, we think we have his voice. He looks similar to this one here. Like I said, that's all they need. All they need is something to be similar, and magically, it's 100%. It's the most ridiculous. Case in point, this is why none of these cops could ever work for the government. They can never work for the FBI. They can never work for the CIA because it goes above their intellect. They could never sit up there and do it. They would never pass any of those tests. They just can't do it. This is why they do the easy work. This is why they do the easy work. And this is why the law enforcement, I'm going to call it industry, is jacked up as it is at this moment in time, because you literally have dummies, you got idiots, you got nincompoops literally running this whole show. And then you might have some smart ones up top, but those are the ones that's just pushing papers, that'll put on, a nice shirt just for some photo ops, just to show up with some, some families, just to take some pictures, just to show up at opportune moments, but not really, in a sense, doing any work, right? And then letting the goons just run amok all throughout the city, doing whatever it is that they want to do. Right, you got the big man at top getting paid all types of mega bucks, and then you got the goons at the bottom getting scraps. Like I said before, that's what it is at the end of the day. And people not going to understand up until it affects them, it affects their kids, it affects their family, and it affects their community. But slowly and surely, and sooner rather than later, all of you all that's been sitting there watching, not saying nothing, you've just been enjoying the show and looking at the suffering that black people have been going through. You yourselves are going to be going through the exact same thing, if not worse, than what black people have had to face. And then you're going to be the ones screaming and crying. You're going to be the ones mourning your loved ones in the streets, going to funerals, dealing with the police, dealing with lawsuits and everything like that, right? So, and this is to a person in one of the previous videos that I did. They stated that I have a type of, um, I guess you can call it a hope or faith in karma, right? The way that I put it, and I try to let people understand stuff in a simplified version, right? Is that when you have a certain belief and you walk in that belief and you speak in that belief, it's real. And up until people actually understand that, which means that they're actually performing this on a daily within their own lives, they will be able to see what it is that I'm talking about. Like I said before, there are a lot of energies out here greater than all of us. Some of them that we do know, and some of them that we just don't know. And karma is one of those ones that's out there. And the reason why I know that it exists is because I pretty much look at the news, watch videos every single day, and I'm able to see this firsthand. I see the unedited videos. I see the plethora of stories. I see the crying parents. I see their loved ones sitting up here falling to the opioid crisis and different things like that. So the things that I've been saying for the greater duration that I've been doing this, and even a little bit before, um, it's true. It's right there. So, just in case if people don't want to believe it, people think I got some type of, false faith and hope, directly in that, you might want to go do your research and start indulging in ingesting a lot of news like I do on an everyday basis. But pretty much a lot of people don't really have the stomach for it, and it might make some people actually go emotionally crazy. So, it'll be very good for you to take breaks if you just so happen to go do that on your own accord. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything that I listed in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.